understand. And we're live on YouTube. Hello, and welcome to the first sell-off of 2020. It took a pseudo-pandemic to finally get the market to sell off. We're stabilizing as we speak, but if you haven't had a few 10 baggers today, then come and join our happy family. We had 2 10 baggers, 3 triples, and a partridge in a pear tree, and a few tea bags. Ain't that right, honey? Tonight's gonna be a fun night with my wife as I roofie her and explain to her why I should be worshipped. Anyway, we're long on the capitulation on the spice right now at 16.50. We're on Xanax and a few bong hits, and we're just chilling. Still short the Qs a little bit from earlier this morning, but piecing out of our space right now, my friend. And if you were wondering what happened to my last video, I was banned from YouTube for playing the Ozzy Osbourne song, so they didn't even list it. I was immediately taken down. And it was a good one. I explained how the space, as much as I love it, if it gets to 20, it's probably going to get a pullback of epic proportions. But I haven't sold a share. Well, I did sell some of it, but sold some calls, some lovely calls against it. And if you're just joining us, welcome. It's Xanax Trading. We're short AMD today at 51.50 with the 51.50 puts at 15 cents. They went to $1.50. That would be 10 times your money, according to Frank Sylvester. And then we had the QQQ. Inexplicably, 224 puts were sitting there 30 cents when we started to make this move to the downside, and I thought it was too good to be true. And then 7 times your money later, it wasn't too good to be true. Oh yeah. And the spice is really turning into a monster trade here. 10,000 shares at 16.58 cost average, down to the last couple of thousand here. And that's right. UVXY still hanging out above 11.75, so we're planning on staying short over the weekend. Just got a tidbit, a minuscule little bit of what we had left. Sitting here with the QQQ short, got some spice long, got some AMD short. One of those days where you're gonna look back and say, why didn't I make $30 million? But at least you made $3,000, that's good too. Oh, look at the spice. Oh, the capitulation. I love the capitulation of the spice. Only stock that I bought on the dip, as a matter of fact, because there was a capitulation at $17. And if you saw that candle, that's what a capitulation candle looks like, my friends. And now it's grinding all the way back up to the half number. You know it, you love it. And if this spice breaks 17.50, guess what? You look at the 1771. But on a lighter note, still holding those last 400 shares of the QQQ, and I'm going to be dumb enough, stupid enough, retarded enough, and morsely irresponsible enough to hold these 400 shares over the weekend. Yeah, just ready to throw money out the window because the market never goes down on Mondays, hardly ever goes down on Fridays, so maybe something will change. We'll not know until Monday, but remember, panic tends to spread over the weekend. We've got impeachment. We've got a flu that's going to kill us all. And don't forget, the ocean levels are rising up. And there are mechanical bees out there that could penetrate your eardrum and cause brain damage. So be careful for those mechanical bees out there. Oh, yeah. I failed to mention that some of these financial stocks were also a pretty good short. Yeah, that's right. I know you guys were short that AXP like champs. Good job. Good job. Right. All right, so right now we're just milking a few more trades here. Spice at 1650. Pretty much the highlight of this afternoon right here on that capitulation move. But seriously, AMD puts for 15 cents, my friends. 15 cents. We laughed, we joked around, we said, hey, we're making 100% of our money, and yeah, we sold some at 30 and 40, and then the rest at $1. And then they went to, I think, $2. And let me remind you, all this brought to you by VWAP and the UVXY. Learn it, live it, and let's take a deep breath now and get ready to refresh for the afternoon session. As 3 o'clock approaches, take a deep breath. All right, and here we go. As the UVXY continues to stay strong, I'm going to continue to say that this market will, in fact, sell off into the close, my friends, for the first time since Brexit. And if you don't know, Brexit turned out to be a whole load of bullshit. But you know what? When they're selling on Friday, a lot of people tend to panic. So the UVXY up $1.25 right now, still above 1175. I'm expecting even more panic into the close. And I, for one, welcome this panic. So bring it on. Let the onslaught begin. Because nothing makes me feel better than making the money back that I should have been making on the way up, while everybody's trying to figure out why we're going down. Enjoy it. It won't last. And don't forget, everybody, keep in the back of your mind that you could be pretty certain that the market's not going to be going down more than 1 or 2 more days, because that would be crazy talk. Those marshmallows do smell good. Or maybe I'm having a stroke. I'm not too sure right now, but damn, I had a shit ton of that spice at 1650. Why did I even think to sell some at 1685? This next tip before the QE injection brought to you by Solid Jello. Don't forget, if you're solid and it's Jello, it's Solid Jello. All right. And if you're going to get high and do Xanax, remember, always do with a buddy, or at least have somebody that knows you're on Xanax and weed, because sometimes you just pass out. And that's no more fun for anybody, is it? $17.40s trading on Spice. $17.40s trading on Spice. Looking for just a little bit more out of this. If we get through the $17.50, looking for $17.71 on the Spice. $17.71. And now we're going to raise our stop because we'd be fools to give all this money back. So $17.11. $17.11 is your out on the Spice. But you got some big size on the offer. I think we're going to get that next 31 cents, people. Oh, yeah. By the way, take a look at the UVXY starting to come down as we approach the 3 o'clock power hour where all the players come to play. 1745, 45s are trading on the Spice, 45s on the strike, 47s on the strike, 47s are trading on the Spice. We're looking for 50. We're looking for 50. Give me some 50. Give me some at 50. A cool dollar on this trade right here. A cool dollar. I'll admit I am getting a little anxious to cover some of these cues now. Maybe I won't hold them overnight. Maybe the market will never ever go down. And I'll tell you right now, if the market for some reason closes green today, I am going to open a vein right here in front of everybody on YouTube and just bleed myself to death. Oh, wait a minute, I wouldn't do that. Chilling out. Chill out, brother, chill out. It's all right. And away, but this market is being saved right now by Boeing, Netflix, and of course Intel. But Intel was a great short too. Congratulations to you guys. Shorten that thing at 69. $0.03 away from getting out of the UVXY, 1175. 1175 is your out. 1175 is your out. 1175. Someone just purchased the $50 calls in AMD. All right, good luck to you. We have an AMD call buyer at 50 on AMD calls. Good luck with that. I'm not taking part in that trade. 50s for 18s, 50s for 16. Good job. 16 cents on the AMD 50s. Not for me. Not for me. I'm looking for utter and absolute destruction into the close, except for Spice. All right, we're about to close out of this position on Spice. I'm going to leave 2,000 shares on the Spice, considering I still think this thing's going to 50. Got the capitulation guy out of the way today. I was hoping for even more volume on the downside, but beautiful, fantastic, massive bounce. Great bounce, terrific bounce. A bounce, I love a bounce. You gotta love a bounce. Everybody loves a bounce. Bounces are great. I invented bounces. It was called ounces before I put a B in front of it. Now it's called bounces. No one even knew it. A lot of people don't realize that I invented the word bounce. And in theory, when something bounces, I made it happen. All right, well, I didn't join you on those AMD calls, my friend, because I believe we're selling off into the close. Now let's give it another hey-yo. Hey-yo. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube world? All right. Hey, all right. Glad to see everybody showing up. Good to see you. Good to see you too. All right. Thank you. Oh, wait a second. This is a teaching moment, my friends. The greatest teaching moment of all time. But our victim has fled the land. Where is Frank? Frank, can you explain to us why you didn't buy the 5150 puts? Oh, hang on to your hats, kids. Space. We're looking for 1771 now. 1771, people. 1771, the only stock I own right now. Oh, yeah. You know what? I might have to cover these cues after all. Maybe I shouldn't be stupid about this trade. Oh, I just left $759 on the table, as a matter of fact. So maybe I should have covered. Damn. Fucking Frank. But anyway, a teaching moment. Yes, my friend. Where were you? Where were you? Oh, you weren't even here this morning. Explain to us. Give us some ideas of what you did wrong today. I was bearish from the get-go and just took a little bit of time to get it going. I'm going to go ahead and say 1771. Thank you very much for playing. Look at the Spice trade. Hi, everybody. Say there, a VWAP retracement. Yeah. So that's a capitulation from 1650 to 1771 on Spice. I want to give it up to everybody. That's 2 bells going out to Spice. Oh, what do you know? 1771 and you're done. Nice trade. All right, now I better be looking to cover those cues because it looks like we're about to break down on the UVXY, and that will be my cue to exit. And the bull market can go raging on. All kidding aside, I better get the hell out of these things. Shit. How about that Spice trade, man? 1771. Now, I just want you all to reflect for a moment. So get out your Xanax and whatever comfort food that you like. Why did I mention 1771 on the spice? Why do you think I mentioned 1771 on the spice? Because the capitulation candle got us down under 1650. Once we got above 1650, we used the 1623 as our out. Loaded up at 1650 and 55, looking for 17. And then we looked for 1750, but then for the final few lots, why not hang on to the VWAP complete 100% retracement? Thank you very much. VWAP brought to you by VWAP, the only indicator you'll ever need. Oh, yeah. And this market being saved by one stock, and one stock in particular right now, it's Boeing on Fuego. And if one thing starts to go, what happens is it triggers other stocks to gain some strength, which then triggers more stocks to gain some strength, which triggers then the people that are shorting the market, like I was, to rethink us position and get the hell out of the short position, which then causes short squeezes. Then the UVXY starts to tank, and the entire market starts to rally. And I just left approximately $1,100 on the table, and I'm joking around about it. You know what? That kind of sucks at this point. See, now I'm kind of trapped in that middle point. Like, all right, do I cover it all now that I missed the opportunity and left $1 on the table and all that stuff? But damn, that spice trade was sick. With Bodine. Bodine was thinking about buying it there at 1650. Damn, I just left a lot of money on the table on that dumb QQQ. Ooh. Is the nickel options ain't gonna be working. What time is it? Oh, it's 3 o'clock. All right. So anyway, rocking around the Christmas tree. It's a great day to be alive. And that 6-day-old sushi ain't sitting well with me. I'll be right back. You like that 1771, huh? You like that? You like that? Is this even? Am I even on here? Where's the? I thought I put the YouTube video on. Oh yeah, there he is. There he is. Woo! Damn. $17.71. That was awesome. All right. Probably should have got out of the rest of these cues, and I'm regretting every second of it. Damn. I got a whole bunch of stuff over here. I only got to look at one chart and market makers, and I know exactly where I want to be. Oh yeah. Absolutely mind-blowing. The entire market is in the ebb and flow. Hey, look at these guys with their AMD calls. Look at that. I didn't even join them on this one. I'll be right back, YouTube fans. Damn. Now, yesterday was awful. Today, 4 different option plays, each 5 times your money and greater. Sick. Shit. Ah. Ah. I've been shorting from QQQ 22444. I bought the 224s at 34. And I had AMD puts 5150s at 15. And I bought the mother load on the capitulation of Spice. But I also sold a lot of calls on Spice as well because they were just out of whack. The prices were just ridiculous. You had to take premium. You had to. All right, this is the moment of truth, my friends, as we go into that 310, 315 area. I believe we'll actually have another rollover. I'm bearish, and I'm going to stay that way for at least 45 more minutes. Man, I could have dollar cost averaged my way out of that Spice. I bought more at 19 on the way up. So obviously I'm a little under the water right now. Not a lot. Not really. Shit. I might be wrong about this market going down.
Where's that scrap metal? Is that it? Are you meditating?
I am meditating. I'm taking some Xannies and I'm trading like it's 1999. I am one with the markets right now. Better living through chemistry. Now let's go. Because I ain't covering. Shh. We're going into another theta wave right now. Hang on. Shh. No. No. I don't like that sound. I don't like that at all. Too many bells. Oh, that's bad. Oh. It's a moment of truth right here, my friends. Hey, Tom. What's up, Tom? Good to see you, Tom. Only thing I have left is the QQQ, and I'm probably gonna have to cover because the market doesn't really want to go down. The UVXY under 1175 was my tip off, but I'm giving it to 223 at this point. But we've already had probably one of the greatest days in the history of this chat room. QQQ puts, AMD puts, and the spice capitulation at 1650 was pretty freaking awesome. And don't forget about the other earnings reversal from before. Yeah, it's DFS, but that spice capitulation strapped on a nice set of bonitos and what's more. But I got to 1771 to the penny, and possibly the most gratifying, stimulating, and most amazing trade of the day, as a matter of fact, other than the AMD tanking as soon as I walked away. But the spice getting to 1771 was the 1 minute VWAP, and it went right to it. Full blown retracement to the VWAP off the capitulation. Possibly one of my favorite trades ever. I've done a number of trades. But I'm about to get my ass kicked on the last 400 shares of this Qs right now, and I just left about now $1,281 from the last time I checked my P&L. Where did that money go? Ah, bugger. But yeah, we got a couple of guys in here that did real well. Lots to choose from, except Frank Sylvester screwed it all up. And you'll know the tall tales of Frank Sylvester. I'm so hot right now, I had to open the window. It's 21 degrees outside. And guess what, guys? Now that we have got what we call fuck you money, we're going to get even more aggressive next week as we continue to use the house money, if you will. And again, that spice trade just set it up, and that AMD money. So now we've got money to play with for next week. So more earnings reversals, more range breaks, more spice type trades. Again, spice, all about the reversion to the VWAP once the stock bottoms out. Gotta love it. And greed got the best of me on this QQQ because I thought we were going to be tanking, actually. Right now, I'm pretty much wrong about this last move here. And it's going to hurt, and it already does. I'm going to have to cover this thing. Damn. Come on. Sell off, baby. You know what? I have an interesting idea. I think I might just stay short over the weekend, but just in case we rally into the close, how much are the 223s, Minotaur? Or should we call you Frank from now on? Frank, how much are the 223 calls on the Qs, Frank? 223s at 20 cents. All right, well, the market will make its mind up in the next 2 minutes, and we will just react to that. You know how much this market would have been down today if Tesla, Netflix, and Apple would have given it up while we were selling off? That entire sell-off, Tesla pretty much held up. Netflix held up the whole time. Intel held up the whole time, and obviously Apple's still freaking green. Easy. All right, finger on the trigger. I have no stops in, so if it breaks 223, I'll just skip it. By the way, if we do break this 223 on the upside right here, we got a chance for rippage into the close, just like Solid Jello, you psycho bear. I thought you were a bear. I thought you were welcoming this monster sell-off. No. We're never going down. I get you. We got a 1-minute multi-day VWAP collision on the Qs. Actually, so that actually would be more of like, if we do come out of this 223 area, that's like a screaming algorithmic magnet. By the way, if you guys didn't appreciate that space trade capitulation candle, look at what that, taking me out of my good mood here, taking me out of this good mood I'm in. I'm gonna cover at the top, probably. Watch, bastards. Oh man. Wow. All right, well, 315 is here, and the buying is still happening. UBXY over 1150. There you go. If you're, oh no, anybody, wow, you can't even get them now. It's 223 calls, 223 calls on the cubes. Look at 223.74. On the diamonds, Qs, SPYs, UVXY, there's a list of them that you can trade into the close. 15 minutes after the close, I should say. So. Well, there went my short position, damn it. Uh-oh. Did I make a fatal mistake? The only thing would be scarier today is if U.S. Steel was green at the same time. By the way, nice call on the AMD. What'd you get in at? 16 cents? So right there, before your very eyes, this gentleman just brought you 100%, not me, the gentleman, the other gentleman. The other guru, self-taught, juggernaut, monster trader, sitting there with the $50 calls for 16 cents, Jack, officially up 100% your money in 18 minutes. And just imagine doubling your money every 18 minutes, if you will. Wouldn't that be something? Bully's back. And if you're having the greatest day of your life today, which I know some of you might be, I know one guy is, and I appreciate all that money. Just saying thanks. My weekend's extra special now. He just paid for my trip to Italy that I'm not going with my wife. What was I planning on doing that week? I forgot. You know what doesn't help? All this money I just left on the table on those damn QQQ puts in the QQQ short. Overstayed my welcome again. By the way, those are just dead. You know, I'm not selling those 221s. That was the gamble. The crash. I was up 300% on that trade, and now it's going to be completely a loss. That stings. Oh, but you know it doesn't sting? Having those $50 calls in AMD at 15 cents. Nice job. Maybe Frank Sylvester got them also. And by the way, guys, lots of interesting things happening here. Don't forget, if you do join our happy family and we train you and we trust you, we've got some money now. Money. And we've got places for you to trade. We've got friends in high places and in low places. Hong Kong, the Bahamas, Sri Lanka. Cougarans. Just in time, my Brazilian cleaning crew is coming in. All right, let's see what these ladies have to offer us today. Let's see what they got. See if on the hot one show. Usually the ugly one show nowadays. Ladies. They don't understand English, so. Oh, I'm very unhappy now. Slowly getting unhappy. Colin Crandall's here. What's up, Colin? Colin, you missed a couple of massive reversals today. And the answer is, I have no idea what's good now. Because we've done 47 different trades today. And 46 of them are blocked. Right down to this AMD trade that I didn't take. Your man right there. Speaking about Brazilians, we're kind of struggling here. This market was going to rip. It figured to be ripping right now. Maybe we're not going to rip. Oh, we're going to rip. All right, we're at the VWAP on the Dow. It's a big moment. And by the way, if that was the sell-off, if that was the bear market of 2019, congratulations, you survived it. It lasted for, wow, 5.5 hours. It's incredible. Incredible time. 5.5 hours. After a 12-year bull market, we sold off for a whopping 5.5 hours. You made it. Congratulations. Aim for greatness. I do. Wait a second. What do I see here? Rejection. rejection of the buying. Like I said, there's something fishy about this squeeze right now. I'm in it. Hold on. I would take your profit on those AMDs. Don't let the 100% return go away. Get out. No shame in making 100% on your money in 13 minutes. Fantastic. All right. Now, what are we going to do? There's only 26 minutes left in the day. Sorry, 36 minutes for most options to expire. And if you're in some stuff, don't forget, only hold overnights if it's in your favor. This is some groovy stuff, man. I'm trying not, you know what? Maybe I had it all wrong. I thought coffee was the way to go to keep my energy levels up. I'm actually much more relaxed now. Trade that spice like a champ. Just chilling out. No fear. Doesn't matter. Yo, Gringo Star. Always great to have you around. Nice to have you back. Don't forget to tip your bartenders. Drink it. Pour one for me. All right. As a matter of fact, I think I'll start drinking right about now, too. What do they say about drugs and alcohol? It's a lot of fun. I think that's what they say, right? By the way, if UVXY tends to rally wait a minute, did we have a rally yesterday? I forgot. Did we actually close green on UVXY? Am I allowed to shave? I wasn't saying that today. Actually, I was saying that at one point today. Wait a second. We're just consolidating the sell-off now. We're not really budging out of this little tight range that we're in. If we were going to squeeze, UVXY would be getting slammed right now. Did you buy the 1150 puts? Frank, where the hell is Frank, man? Enough for nothing. That spice trade is now, wow. Just absolutely amazing. 1650 to 1771 to the penny, to the VWAP. You can't make that up. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. It's crazy. Let's see what we got next. That's the stuff that I go to sleep to. It's called actually, I don't know how to pronounce it. Binomial. It's cool stuff, man. Today's sell-off started actually on its own, I think. That's why I was a little bit more excited about it. UVXY had to come along for the ride. Once the UVXY went over $11.15, that's when the sell-off today felt a little bit more real than the last 3 months' attempts. Now that we had finally a decent market moving day, we'll go right back to earnings reversals on Monday. I'll be right back. What are you guys doing? No, today was the day we went big, or I had a guy that went big. And that's all. I live vicariously through my people because I am the guru. 500 AMDs. What happened? 100 contracts are close to 1,500. I'm telling you, man, you know why I did well with the spice trade? I legitimately didn't care. I was like, this is it. I'm in. I don't care what happens here. As long as it doesn't break 1623, I'm not selling it. Oh, man. I think we got the $100,000 mark today. I want that to be all of you, because this was the day you had cheap options, on options expiration, and you had a big market move. You might not have a day like this now for 6 months, sadly, but there will be individual opportunities, especially next Thursday. Next Thursday night, if you're a member of the room, come and join us. We'll have a few drinks, we'll have some cocktails, and we'll schmooze and prepare for something like this. So you'll be ready to rock if presented with an opportunity like this. Because what's the word? What is luck? It's skill meeting opportunity. You make your own luck. Or is that the saying? No! I don't want to hear that, man. Why, Johnny, Lucas? Why? Why don't you run it by me once in a while? So you're saying there's a chance? All right, what do we got? I got 45 minutes. I was short on everything as usual except for spice. By the way, where have you been, man? Why don't you come back to the room and tell everybody about your success and how I showed you the light? You're one of those guys. One of those success stories that leave the room. Most people think, whoa, how come there's nobody in the room? Some people blow themselves up and leave. Some people get absolutely into Bitcoin and leave me and get crushed. And then you have Gail and Gil. Gil, and Dale, Gil. Wait, sorry. Shh. I was getting a little upset there. But seriously, Angela and Deb and now Gil and Dale missing in action from our room. It couldn't be something that myself or Solid Jello did, because all we're doing is handing out winners and helping people thrive and survive in the industry. It couldn't be any blunt, curt cursing or anything, because I pretty much tamed my language. So what was it? And you understand now I've texted you at least 7 or 8 times over the last 5 days. I don't want to be a stalking ex-boyfriend, but I will be. I need closure. I need to know why. Who wouldn't be interested in making 11 times your money on AMD puts, or shorting the market at our multi-day VWAP and have it break down 216 points? Why wouldn't you be interested in that? So please call me back. My wife is very concerned. She asked me, you can't be this upset that some stock went up after you got out. It's been 20 years of that. I'm like, no, it's not. It's the fact that I've got 2 guys that were members of my room, which I thought were going to be full-fledged members, have disappeared off the face of the earth, and I'm utterly concerned, not only for their well-being, but for my sanity. Sorry, I was losing it for a second. All I want is a phone call back. Just a simple text to tell me you're all right and that you just don't like me or the other people in the chat room. Is it somebody else? Is it not me? Is it you, not me? Is it me, not you? What was it? I'm being completely serious right now, even though I'm being a sarcastic asshole about it. Why would you leave during not only the greatest time to be a trader, but the greatest time to be trading ever? Why? I just want a simple answer. Any answer would do. So if you're out there, Gail, I still welcome you back. Gail, Gil, if you're out there. Johnny, of course, Jimmy. Jimmy, we got a new Jimmy now, and Jimmy is a much better Jimmy than you. We got 2 new Jimmys. But Deb, have you found somebody as savvy who can explain something in layman's terms like I do? Someone who's genuine, friendly, outgoing, humble, yet arrogant and conceited and condescending all at the same time? I don't think you could find someone like that. And if you're tired of my rantings and ravings, you have Solid Jello to just guide you with numbers and more numbers. And if you come to my house, as a few of you guys know who've come to the house, we drink, we smoke, we trade. Drink, smoke, trade. Just like that other guy. Drink, smoke, trade. Drink, smoke, trade. Drink, smoke, trade. Getting a little bit too old for that, but handsome, debonair, charismatic was the word I was looking for. And remember, my negativity towards other charlatans and gurus and chat rooms out there, I admitted earlier this afternoon or earlier this morning, or it might have been yesterday. Sure, ego comes into play, and I would love to have thousands of people listening to me, but I look at it as my opportunity to save. Of course, I'm better than all of these other guys. Sure, we all know that. But you need to give me the opportunity to save you from these cretins. All right, we're back in play here. We're back in business. We are back in business with Blue Star. Come on. I got the 221.50s on the QQQ, and we got 21 plus 15 would be 36 more minutes. Let's do it. Now, this is probably going to be, a couple of $100 out the window, but I could get out flat right now, so I can't complain. I could get out flat right. I can make 1 penny right now. Come on. If I should sell this thing right here. All kidding aside, I got the 221.50s into the close right now at a nickel. They were at 15 cents, man, and I didn't take the money before. I'm short. You'd say, you're crazy. Why do you even bother? YouTube, just sit in your hole and trade like you did when we met back in 1997 when we met in New York. You said, give me some money and I'll trade it and I'll make you cash. And you did. And then you went and did this crazy thing with the videos. Who cares? Just make money, then do the videos. People will be there. You got nothing to prove. Do it. You're an idiot if you don't. If you do, if you don't. I did meet Christopher Walken. Yeah. I pitched him a. Oh, by the way, I want to talk about one thing, you bastards. I told you the market was going to sell off into the close today. Didn't I? All I got to show for it right now is these 221.50s. You know what? I'm going to throw an offer out there because, I got time still. Hey, let's let it breathe. Maybe I could get a dime out of it. I had 15. Big Splash? I can't talk about Big Splash right now, but what the hell was I saying? Christopher Walken. I pitched him I wrote a short story that I thought could be made into either a long skit or possibly like a short, it couldn't be a full length movie, but it was called Walkin' Like Talkin', Talkin' Like Walkin', Walkin' Talkin'. And the premise was there was the disease that I wake up in the morning. I wake up and just like these zombie movies where everyone's a zombie, I wake up and everyone's talking like Christopher Walken. Now, somebody actually kind of did it, which was crazy. That somebody actually, if you Google Walken, The Walking Dead on YouTube, one of the greatest things on YouTube, no joke, possibly the greatest thing. But my idea was that Christopher Walken shows up at my house because he knows that we met and I did an impersonation of him to him when I met him. So it's kind of like autobiographical, and yet, so he comes to me, Kenny,
If you haven't noticed, everyone's dressed in black. Even like there's a baby in a carriage and it's dressed in black with gray hair, and the baby starts talking like Christopher Walken. I wrote the whole thing out. I told him about it. Kind of, it's funny, but I don't think it would fly. It's funny, but too niche. Put like a good 45-minute like independent snippet. It would have been good. Kind of, if I fund it myself and it doesn't work, then you're gonna owe me, and I don't think you wanna. All right. Now, what the? By the way, I mean, you can't short the space right now, but look what happened after it hit 1771. It gave the whole entire move back. I mean, that kind of sucks because I'm still sitting here with mega shares. Fucking space. Wow. That's a pretty awful pullback. My wallet, my wife comes in and says, "Where's my wallet?" Great. Boom. I don't have any money in the wallet.
Oh, I need $5.
$5. I don't have any money. I have it all. Get rid of that Range Rover. She comes in looking for my wallet. Actually, well, I don't know where it is. What happened? You're making the money. You're making the market bounce. Don't come in here. Son of you cost me $200 just now. Coming in here, making the market bounce like a crazy person. My wife's a super. You know who my wife is? No one realizes who my wife is. I'm married to Christy Turlington. No one even realizes who my wife is. It's so funny. My wife's a supermodel. Why do you think I get to do this stuff with you? She's loaded. She's hot and loaded, but she's got a wooden leg. Oh man. Well, there went $200 out the window. So close. Man, I left about 3 G's on the table, and that was all in profits that were in hand. Not as bad as yesterday. Whoa, baby, if you guys were here yesterday, you would have thought that somebody had kidnapped one of my kids. I was so pissed off. I was on the wrong side of everything. We had 3 reversals, and after the reversal, I just kept chasing my own trade and I kept thinking, all right, it's over now. Let me get out. Oh, and then it went more. Yesterday was awful. And then you have a day like this where that's why my wife comes into play every once in a while on a good side. She's like, "What's your problem? How could you be this upset about trading after all these years?" I'm like, it was more than that. It was a little bit about the whole, just society got me down yesterday. It really did. I was down on society. I think I had the news on for way too long. Just listening to Trump speak makes me ill, seriously, physically ill. Rockets. You got another pandemic. Just I don't know. I just got down on society, and just the fact that the market was the market's so disconnected from reality. I just got into like a freaking just funk yesterday, just awful. And that's why you take the ball out. Gotta protect Thomas Edison because he made the wheel. What's up, man? But as much as I love racism and putting kids in cages and blowing up terrorists, I don't want to get into it. Why can't I get? I might about that. But a judge, yeah, my executions are not going through now. What the hell was that? By the way, did another virus come out today? The Wu-Tang virus or something? Was that just somebody making a joke? Was there something else in the news? Something Wu-Tang? The Wu-Tang virus? Wait, prudent investor. Look, I'm all for locking up kids and putting them in cages if that was what was true. I'm all for the building of the walls. I'm all for blowing up people. But you can't tell me the guy's not a moron douchebag. You can't. There's no way to listen to the guy and think, wow, this guy's a genius. He's so inspiring. That's all I'm saying. He's got to be on the top list of awful people in the ever. He's right up there. Because we were talking about this. There's a dick, there's an asshole, and then there's a douchebag. The douchebag is a dick asshole who doesn't realize how much of a dick asshole he is, which makes him a douchebag. But he's a No, I don't want. Do you understand? You guys don't get it. I voted for him. You get it? You get it now? Market goes up. He's killing terrorists. Nothing. He personally is a douchebag. Listen to him talk. He's probably retarded. And if you do everything he says, hey, look, if you take any words that he's ever said and put a Schwarzenegger accent on it, it really, really works. He's like a confused person. Like, I think he's got Asperger's or something. And if you don't see that, that's where I find that to be hysterical. Like, how do you listen to the guy and get, oh, I'm so inspired by this guy. Great. A lot of people don't realize France, our greatest and oldest ally. A lot of people don't realize that. No, everybody realizes that. You're just a douchebag. See how I get upset? I don't need to get upset. He's a douchebag, and there's nothing anybody could do about it. But right now, there's nobody else, so douchebags are us. No. See, I'm going to be the best president because anything you like about Trump, I'll do exactly like he does, but less of a douchebag about it. All the things about Trump with 95% less douchebag. Why can't I'm not getting any executions right now. This is bullshit, man. But he's not hilarious. He's not funny. He's a tragic crybaby douchebag. I mean, there's never been a guy that qualifies that term more so than him. But I'm a big fan because he blew up people in Iran. So, and everyone's afraid of us now. Concerned and afraid. And that's what I want people to be. I want you to be concerned and afraid that we're going to retaliate, not send money and hope that you don't do anything wrong. Like Obama made all these rules where we were trying to help the environment. Fuck the environment. We're only going to be around here for like 20 or 30 years, so who gives a shit? Fuck the environment. I don't give a shit. My kid's retarded anyway. The water's not going to make his brain any more dumb. Oh, did I say that? Oh, can I not use the word retard? Come on already. Sending these orders. I ain't getting shit. What the fuck is going on here? Just ignoring my orders. I won't be ignored. Bro, nice call. Inadvertently. I mean, dude, your one call in the afternoon turned out to be pretty sweet, brah. Pretty sweet on the AMDs, man. I think they should just fight it out. I think Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and Joe Biden get into a ring and they all get lathered up and just fight it out, like in a mud pit or something. And then whoever wins gets to fight Trump, and whoever wins becomes president. What's up, man? Stay gold. Stay gold, pony boy. But man, if I had for $58 billion, I would have so much fun running for president because I would give less than one shit. Oh, I would have so much fun. You guys having fun out there? Anybody do that AMD trade? Look at this. Look at this. In the heat of the crash, Solid Jello banging out winners still. We were looking for you, Clanton. Where you been? Fighting the McClowrys, or what was it? The Clantons versus the McCoys? Hatfield McCoys, the Clantons versus who were the Clantons fighting? Oh, the Earps and I don't know. Yeah, I'm not getting my fills either. I don't know. I just tried to get out of those options. They laughed at my order. I don't know what happened there. And there goes $200 out the window thanks to my wife. See, she comes in. The market was rolling over. You got some hash, bro? Send some. I haven't had real hash in about 2.5 years. You know what I found? You take the hash, you put it into the vaporizer, and you cook it up in there, and there you smoke it. Try it. Trading. Not a jerk? I don't know, man. People love the Trump. Just found out. Hey, I sat next to him at the MTV Music Awards. We actually did have a couple of laughs. There goes those puts. Look at you with your AMD, man. Nice trade. All right, Ali's off. But I'm not saying anything. Come on. We're We're gonna close at the half. Hey, look, you did a good trade it to the end of the day. This was a lot less eventful than I thought it would be. Damn. I thought we'd have a little bit more action into the close, like something scary, either a rip higher or a scary sell-off. We got kind of just lack of anything. If you have some options right now, you've got 15 minutes into the close, after the close, to get out. If it's UVXY or QQQ or SPYs or anything like that. All right, so for instance, what do you got? If they're out of the money, you're not going to have a bid or an offer. If you're in the money, you'll have, you know, like a, I don't know which ones you're talking about. Nice. Oh, wow. Oh, well, I couldn't get everything right. It's okay to like them. Especially if you know them. Hey, it could be it could be an entire act, man. Super. How about this? You got a couple of pennies left. What do you got? The 1150 puts on UVXY? I doubt we're gonna see that. But you do got 13 more minutes. Yeah, actually, you don't. You might have a shot here. Did you guys do that AMD trade? Well done. No, this is what I listened to go to sleep. I was just meditating, trying to force the market to do my bidding. I'm also not allowed to put real music on because then they ban it from YouTube. Yeah, these next 2 weeks will be. Anybody take anything home other than space? Oh, interesting. What do you think? Market gap up on Monday as always. Your mama. The winner of the day, AMD short. I don't know if I see my screen, but that's what we call the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Here, I'll show you. Hang on. I don't know if you can see my screen, but there it is, or not. Took a while for it to develop, but chopping around the VWAP looked like it was just going to blast off with Intel, and then broke the VWAP. Right in this moment there, when it couldn't get back above it, I was looking for it to break down under here. And that's when a decision was made to short the stock or buy the $52 puts for 35 cents or the 51.50s for 15. So depending on what your thought process was, I thought you could probably get down to 51. Here's your multi-day VWAP, 51.61. So if you're buying the 52s for 35, at least you were insuring yourself into a profit. If it would have just stopped at the multi-day and just hung out there all day, you wouldn't even made any money on the 15s, on the 51.50s. Either way, the short was working. Got stopped out of it on the first chance we shorted it. I think we got, added to it at 52. I remember getting stopped out. Yeah, the 50 when I triggered over 52. But we still had the ones that we bought at 15 cents. And then we finally got some follow through. So here's your 1 minute, here's your multi-day, and then it went red. So that's what we call the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And short the stock, buy some puts, and it was a 10 bagger. Again, nobody held it from 15 cents all the way to $1.50, but you sell along the way. Great trade. And then the QQQ finally rolled over, and the 224s were sitting there at 30 cents. Same exact chart, but this one here, you got a double bottom. The inability to get back over the 1 minute was, for me, an indication that this market finally might have some selling. And then We held the multi-day just like the AMD, tried to rally, rolls over. And right at this moment, the 224s were only 30 cents, which I thought were completely cheap. You know, made some money there, held on to a little bit of it, and then the market tanked. But then I sold those and I rolled into the 221.50s, which I was up 300%, and I didn't take any of that money. So that money went to waste. I thought we were going to crash today. Of course, you know, didn't. And then Spice, you had, you know, I'm getting hammered on my long-term hold because I bought more at 19, but you had this capitulation when it broke under the stop. So apparently a lot of people had stops at $17 and $17, $12, and $17. It went through it, got slammed on a massive volume spike, spiked back up, came back down, and that's when I was like, all right, now I could buy at $16.50 with the 23 capitulation price as my out. And then we got the range break back above where it broke down from. And then that's what I was, when I first came on YouTube, 1771 was our target. At the time, that was where the VWAP was. So that was our last, you know, obviously selling into this move. I was selling at 1685, 1690, 1710, 1715, 1725, 1743, 1750, and then one, you know, the last lot at 1770. And then, of course, there was this one, DFS, which took a while to happen, but hovering near the VWAP, gapped down on earnings and made a light, you know, just hung out there at the 1 minute, and then finally got over the range, and we got paid on the stock. Some of the guys had some 77 calls, 77.50s, not bad. And then AMD on the way back up, solid jello with a double on the $50 calls. Got down to the half number. Next thing you know, getting back over where it broke up from. The idea was, you know, if we would have rallied, probably would have had a full-blown retracement there. Back to the thing. And if you're still here, I won't talk politics anymore. I apologize. I was just getting a little uppity. I know. It rubs people the wrong way. And again, I probably have all the same beliefs as you. Except for one. By the way, what time is it? 4:11. You still got, somebody's got a shot at making money on a UVXY put, probably. You got 4 minutes. By the way, if these, right now would have been amazing is if these options, if all the options stayed viable till 4:15, look where AMD is now. AMD made it all the way back up to 50 and a half. So he was buying the 50s for 15 cents, and now they're worth 50 cents. So that's 300% on your money right into the close. I mean, and that's why we need volatility in the market. You're not going to get these opportunities without some rippage up and down. When the market grinds up all day, there's lack of opportunity. But then when you get some rips and some support, resistance, VWAP comes into play, days like this, skill comes into play. It's a lot more fun than the grinding higher all day move. Grinding higher all day is more for, if you're an investor, it's fantastic. You think the market's going to go down Monday, huh? Well, if we're going to go down, let's hope for the best, and it starts with a gap up like we did today. I got overzealous with that short position, that's for sure. Well, I didn't go too big, but. I'm still holding my spice. I really think this thing's going to be a $50 stock. I hope it's, sooner than later. But I sold calls out to next January. All right, everybody. We got a minute. I don't know if anybody's really in anything, but fun times. This was the day where you put some little spec plays on and they all worked. AMD, DFS. I'm sure there was 1,000 other things going on. I wasn't really watching except for the ones that I was in. All right. On that note, that'll be the last time I talk politics. Sorry, I get all crazy. It's not even politics. It's personality disorders, and I have one. What's it called? Yes.
No, they want to clean.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's time.
Okay.
Farewell, my friends. Farewell, my friends. Farewell. Carol, if you're still here, I'll tone it down next week. My quota for 10 bad words was used today. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you here Monday. Late or Sunday, Menjay. Anybody that wants to talk to me, let me just refresh and I'll email you. See ya. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying half the time. All right. Be safe. We'll see what happens next. Later.